Hard times have arrived for broke girls. It's very interesting because women said that they did not want us. They called us dusties. They said that they want us to not approach them, not speak to them in public. They said we should never speak to a woman that we don't know. They said that, every space was a male space. They said that they needed safe spaces. I mean, they went on these tirades. Many of you remember the years of hashtag delete all men, hashtag give your money to women, hashtag yes all women, and then, of course, the most famous one, hashtag M2. And now a lot of women are trying to act like, this never happened, or they were victims also. We were all victims of the man. And it's just more it's just more woke BS. And guys, like, now the anti woke brigade is just like, it's total BS. All right, because there's it's a lot of the woke people are now trying to push anti woke messages, but they're not really anti woke. They're still woke, but hard times are here, and they're basically running for the exits, and they need a man. Because the Sims are not holding them down enough. Because you have to remember, the Sims are just agents of the state. Sims are just agents of the state. And just like how women operate as agents of the state, Sims operate as agents of the state, agents of oppression. Okay? Members of law enforcement. They are not peace officers, they are enforcers. Am I saying that we do not need officers in the streets? Obviously, we need people to police our society. But in the modern day format that we have, these are enforcers. These are enforcers. They are not there for your interest. They are there for the interest of the state. Let's just make that very, very clear. They do not like you. They HATE you. They don't like you whatsoever. All right? This is why you have to be very, very careful when you're around these people. I said this many years again, that women would say feminism got us everything that we wanted. Now let's fight it together. They will never, ever, ever surrender all the spoils that feminism was able to get for them, that feminism stole for them. All right? They will say that they are victims even of feminism, when in reality, they were more than happy to get their cut. Until now, we've reached a point where society is beginning to fall apart. All right? Men are walking away. Men are the protectors. Men are the protectors of women. They always were. But women traded men in for the state. But of course, now they're realizing that, hey, the state cannot subsidize them. Not entirely. Sims cannot subsidize them. Not entirely. So now they need to look for men to provide for them and protect them. The very same men that they said that they did not want. And it's a terrible relationship. Any man foolish enough to get involved, he deserves what he gets. It's just like how companies operate. It's just a business, okay? A woman will meet a man now, and they will try to lock him in, basically, using physical intimacy and all of these other. And most of these women today, they don't even have it to offer. They don't even have it to offer, because you can tell they don't like you so much that you don't even get access to it right away. When you go to the Philippines, the way the Filipinas do things is, and again, it's a game for them, but they know what they're doing. Physical intimacy is their foot in the door. That's what physical intimacy is for a woman in the Philippines. Her physical intimacy is her foot in the door. Usually doesn't take you 3 or 4 meetings, all right, or 3 months. No, it's either by the first time or the second time you've spent time with her. That's it, all right. And then from there, she's going to start to build value. She's going to start to clean for you. She's going to start to cook for you. She's going to give you back massages. She's going to learn what you like and learn how to bring you peace. And that's how she will then eventually gain value from you. Women in Western society, they're out here trying to run this scam now with this whole soft girl era crap. Oh, I'm entering into my soft girl era, and I'm just a dainty little girl, and I'm going to put on pastel colors and talk with a lower voice, and I'm going to become feminine now. I'm going to get rid of the masculinity, and now I'm going to be feminine, but I still, so that I can enter into a life of luxury and comfort, which is what God wants for me. Jesus wants this for me, and He's going to give me that man who respects me and gives me that easy life. It's like they think they're just going to flip a switch and go from masculine to feminine. Women who lived as masculines their entire life, are suddenly going to become feminine women. There was a comment I really liked from Spot Off, right? This was on my video titled Broke Girls Are Getting Desperate. He says being feminine should be like breathing. You do it automatically. It can't be forced. And then Robert responds, that is why they will fail. This is a scam. And there are other women even calling out soft girl era. 100% a scam. These women who are saying they're entering into their soft girl era. No, no, boo, you're entering into your broke girl era. All right. All right. Soft guy summer is here. Broke girl winter is on the way. Women basically got rid of their protectors, and now they are completely at the mercy of the state. Okay, because men are the protectors of women. Men are the gatekeepers of society. Men are the gatekeepers of prosperity. And when the men leave, what happens? The state takes over. The state takes over. That's it. There's nothing there. And women are basically told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. She will never love you. Modern women do not love us. Okay, they only want to use us. The men that they love are Tyrone, are Chad, Tyrone, Ray Ray, Pookie, Enrique, Miguel, Little Poncho, especially Little Poncho. They love Little Poncho. Okay, they'll have him in your bed while you're at work. All right, giving him your money, your clothes, telling him you come into your house, you're looking for your shirt, you can't find the shirt. She's telling you you're crazy. You must have lost it or you never owned it, and you basically just shrug, and she'll just buy you another one. When in reality, Little Poncho, he liked that shirt, so he just took that shirt. All right, he was there laying in your bed all day, farting in your bed all day. Okay, dripping burrito sauce all over your sheets. Okay, so having he has your pillow between his legs because he likes to sleep with a pillow between his legs, and sometimes a little pee pee slips out because he's struggling with the diabetes, but it doesn't matter because she's supporting him. She even goes to the pharmacy and gets his medication for him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She has little Poncho's prescription in your house. In your house, tucked away from him, tucked away from him. So when he's there, his medication is always available in case he needs it. Because she has to take care of him. She has to make sure she has to take care of little Poncho. She has to take care of him and make sure that he's doing well and he's eating well because she wants him to live. She wants him to live. She wants him to be there. All right. For their children. Those are not your children. Well, they're our children. You're subsidizing them, but that's their father. That's their father. You're a step up. You are a stepdad, not a stepdad, a step up dad. You're a step up dad. But never forget that Pancho is their father. All right, all right. Little Pancho, that's their dad. All right, and she needs to do what she has to do to make sure that he will be around. Okay, she can't mess around with his health because this is the man that she loves, that God loves, that God set for her, that God set for her. So she has to make sure that she takes care of this man. Look at little Pancho. Look at him. He's so adorable. With his tequila and his smile, little mustache. Oh my goodness. Look at him and his chipped little tooth, his fat little belly. Oh my God. Look at little Pancho. You know, and it's a family affair because sometimes Sancho comes through too, and when Pancho isn't available, Sancho is always there. Sancho is his brother. You have Pancho and you have Sancho. It's like Mario and Luigi. Look at Sancho. Look at Sancho. All right, you can see the family resemblance. One is fat, the other is skinny, but you can see that they are brothers. Like I said, like Mario and Luigi, partners in crime. Okay, they are both plumbers. Isn't that funny? They are both plumbers, like Mario and Luigi. They are both cleaning your girl's pipes. Yeah, yeah. There was also another comment that I saw, and I found this to be very interesting because it basically reflects everything I'm saying here as well. Look at this comment. This was on the video. Society is trying to ban men going their own way. And this came from Peanut Boxes. She says, society is also coming for us women. Oh, really? Suddenly you realize it. Society is also coming for us women over 30 who have opted out of motherhood and marriage. Society is upset. We don't want to birth future taxpayers and humans bound to indentured servitude. There's no reason for men and women to dislike each other or resent each other. We are brothers and sisters. We need to stand up for each other as humans and fight for collective freedom. Life and society is set up for us all to fail and never truly get ahead. I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. Let's be friends and help each other. You know, sex has become a distraction. Guys, do you see this? Now, of course, I'm not trying to criticize her, and maybe it's coming from a well-meaning place. But if we begin to decipher this, she says society is also coming for us women, so suggesting she is one of these women over 30 who has opted out of motherhood and marriage. So she opted out of motherhood and marriage. She chose not to go and find a relationship with a good man when she was in her 20s. Okay, and now she's in her 30s, and because she's not, because like I said, the value of a woman to the state is only as good as their ability to reallocate wealth and resources to the state from men. So, and women do that through the criminal court system, through the family court system, through civil court, through divorce court. It doesn't really matter. Okay? But their job is to reallocate wealth and resources from men to the state, and they are then rewarded for that. If a woman does not play her role, if she is not reallocating wealth from men from men to the state, then she is of no value to the state. This is exactly what the Simps are doing. All right. A lot of Simps, they are the reason why they're Simps is, and Jordan Peterson actually figured it out quite some time ago, is because this is how they survive. This is actually how they survive. This is how they pay their bills. This is how they gain access to physical intimacy. They simp because they are women who will be physically intimate with them because they are Simps. They are Simps because the state will actually reward them for being Simps if they work to reallocate money and resources from men to the state. Okay, this is what men, this is what Simps and women do. This is how they operate as agents of the state. Of course, there are different levels. Like members of law enforcement rank above them, but they are all agents of the state. But their value to the state is only in their ability to reallocate wealth and resources from men to the state. That's it. That's all the state actually cares about. If you cannot do that, the state HATEs them too. Because the state doesn't like any of us. It does not like humanity. It only wants your money, your value, your resources, and to keep you in a perpetual state of servitude and slavery. That is the goal. That is the will of the state. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all there is to it. So she points out that, she's over 30 years old now. She opted out of motherhood. She opted out of marriage. And she's now the fact of the matter is she's not reallocating wealth and resources from men to the state, and she's discovering that life is hard because she doesn't have a provider, she doesn't have a protector, but the state is not subsidizing her, the way it would subsidize women who are reallocating wealth and resources to the state. So now, even though she's not giving anything of value to men, she wants men to provide and protect her. Do you see the logic here? And then she brings up sex as a distraction. So men should not be looking for a relationship. They should not be looking for physical intimacy from a woman. They should naturally give and be givers. Okay? Don't expect anything. It should be your natural instinct to just provide and protect women, regardless if they are giving you anything in return, regardless if you're getting anything out of the relationship. That is your job as a man, because we're all human beings and we're all in this together and we're all brothers and sisters. What kind of nonsense is this? And of course, women will continue to hold on to all the spoils that feminism has got for them. And they will completely ignore everything that feminism has done or say that they were not responsible and they were victims of feminism as well. Even though they are still feminists, just not feminist, just not in the name. And I've said this before, that even if the label feminism goes away, the legacy of feminism will live on. I told you we would get to the point where we would have women where you'd ask them, "Are you a feminist?" This is something that would happen in the future. And you'll say, "Are you a feminist?" And she would say, "Fema what? Fema who? Fema, fema, fema." Is that a new song? Is that a new dance? Did you mean FEMA camp? I've heard about those places. They're terrible. I don't want to go there. Me, I'm just a real girly girl. I love Jesus, and I love Jesus and ponies and cooking. You know, I told you this would be the reality. Like this what she's saying here is such a scam. This is such a scam. Why would any man want to protect or provide for a woman who's giving him nothing in return? Oh, because that's what we're human beings. We're supposed to help each other. Men don't even give a damn about one another. Men don't even care about one another. So why in the world would a man just randomly want to give away his value to someone who's doing nothing for him whatsoever? At least with a man, it's an exchange of value. Here's what I do for you, here's what you do for me. Or, hey, we're just gonna chill and have some beers and talk or play some games. We're in that way, we're still receiving value from one another. Okay. Different men. I'll give you an example. Years ago, when I would hang out with my friends, right? This is how we would do things. So for example, I was a good cook. So I would cook and my friends would clean up afterwards. My friends would clean up afterwards. So I would do the cooking and my friends would clean up afterwards. Or, it would be an exchange of value. We would look at how can I contribute to the relationship as friends? What can I do for you? What can you do for me? What can I teach you? What can you teach me? We would trade knowledge, we would trade information, we would trade value, all right? This is how we would operate. Women come into the relationship and it's basically, what can I do for her? And even if she does little things here and there, it's not genuine. It is 100% not genuine. It's literally, what can she take from me? And I should be simply grateful for her presence. Oh my God. And we've all been there. This is the reason why men and women cannot be friends. Men and women cannot be friends. And most guys don't realize that they are being taken advantage of until it's too late. It's a sad reality. It's a Guys, look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. Physical intimacy has become a distraction. A distraction. That's a very important part of a relationship between a man and a woman. Why am I going to go out there and join hands with some random woman? Okay, and sing kumbaya, because then it comes down to, what can I do for her? What is she bringing to the relationship? How is she helping me to survive? Is she increasing my happiness, my survivability? What are you doing for me then? No, you just want to be there and then say that we're all equals and we all need one another, but you're bringing no value to the group. If you have a group of men, every man in the group knows that he needs to start providing value. He needs to move his butt. He doesn't want to piss the other men off in the group. If he just starts sitting around and living off everyone else and doing nothing to contribute, all right? You have to find a way to provide value. You have to provide. You have to. I'll give you a great example. I'll give you a good example. And many of you guys know about this. There was an experiment done years ago where they put men on one island, women on another island, and the women on the other island, basically, they both groups had doctors. They had doctors, and I think, and they may have even had paramedics. On the island with the women, they basically got lost, began to starve, and everything was falling apart. They were drinking water, drinking rainwater. They got the crap, so they were pooping their brains out. They had to, like, one woman was like washing the panties of all the other women because they were covered in poop. It was absolutely disgusting. They had the doctor there, and this woman knew nothing about reality. It was insane. All right, they were all getting parasites on the side with the men. Within a short period of time, these men had set up camp. They had food. They had Everything was, they had clean clothing, they had places to sleep, they had tents. It was insanity. It was absolutely insanity. Everyone was doing well, and they had a doctor as well. The doctor was also pulling his weight, helping wherever he could, set up this, do that. This he had, yeah, it wasn't good enough to be a doctor. He actually had to provide real, actual value. And then, in addition to simply being there, the female doctor, she did nothing. She just had a bad attitude. And then after she left the island, after the whole show, like the whole experiment came to an end, she then tried to get into acting. Like, I'm just like pointing out how the reality is for men and women. Like, men have to provide real value if they're with other men, or you will get, you'll get it. All right. Women, on the other hand, oh, we're all trying to be friends when secretly they all hate each other. Guys, do you see it? The writing is on the wall right now, and you have women who have nothing to offer, who are then turning around and trying to court men back to the plantation with nothing to offer because they've had their time in the sun. They've gotten everything that they wanted. Feminism got them everything that they wanted. But now, guess what? There's nothing left. The simp economy is moving overseas. The Filipinas are fighting for it. The Latinas are fighting for it. The Eastern European women are fighting for it. The African women are starving for it. Every woman all around the world is fighting for that simp economy right now. And the simps are getting a better deal overseas. So the simp economy is moving overseas. All the men that women said they didn't want, these men are gone. If they stay in Western society, they will not date, they will not marry, they will not have children, they will not even speak to most of these women, because women told them, do not approach us, do not speak to us, do not speak to a woman that you do not know. We do not like you. Now men have stopped approaching, but now it's all men. So the women that men want, the men that women want men to the men that women want them to approach, that women want them to approach them, are no longer approaching them. So, the women see these men, they're like, oh, I want that man to approach me. These men are no longer approaching them. So it's not just the men who they didn't want to approach them, which is 99% of all men, but the 1% of men that they do want to approach them are no longer approaching them, and they're pissed off about it. One of the biggest mistakes that men ever made is believing that they are responsible for a woman's happiness. Just like a woman is not responsible for a man's happiness, a man is not responsible for a woman's happiness. But women don't want equality. They don't want it. They don't want adulthood. All right. They want that relationship where they've always been subsidized and they're always to be able to get their money, get their resources one way or another. But the state, like I said, hell on earth is here. They traded in their protectors and their providers for slim resources. And now guess what? All of it's running out, and now they're gonna try to go back to their old tactics, either shame and blame, or gaslight and act like they don't know what men are talking about, because they are women and men need to go be masculine. Are you kidding me? Masculine women demanding men now become masculine. That's bullcrap. They just want them to be slaves. All right. It's crazy. But men are realizing men do not want to be taken advantage of, no matter how much brainwashing you can use. The human being knows when it's being taken advantage of, when it's being, it can take time, but eventually you get the memo. It's basically like Animal Farm, where you read Animal Farm and eventually everyone caught on. And the pigs who were like, they were the leaders and the freedom fighters. They were fighting for all the animals. In the end, they just became the state. They became agents of the state. They were the state. They were the state. They were the oppressors. Mm. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Hard times have arrived for broke girls. Let me know your thoughts on everything we discussed here, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA men walking away. And cheers.